Hey, this is me, your girl. I'm that chick, Linda. Nobody's telling me what to do, so I'm highly unqualified. I basically don't know what I'm doing. Hi, I'm Linda Nyangweso. Welcome back to Highly Unqualified. And today I'm talking about, I'm not even going to do a countdown. The things you don't know change when a baby comes out of you. It sounds gross, but I'm not even talking about like body things. I'm talking about just things around you. First of all, you don't realize how broke you are until you have a child. And I'm gonna be honest, broke is relative. So there was a time where after I paid my bills, my SQ was catered for, everything, I had like maybe 6K and I was balling. I would change my hair every week. Like, life was good. These days, I don't know where money goes, and it's all because of first diapers. Can we just be honest? You're literally just investing in shit. For real. I think I pay up to like maybe 6,000 shillings in poop money. Is it? There's 6K in poop money. Speaking of money, it feels like there's never enough money. My daughter's now gonna be 1.5 very soon, December 25th. And so already, because you can tell she's bored at home, like it's gotten to a place where she knows how to use the remote control and it's freaking me out. And her and her nanny watched this show called Lali that I am updated because this Lali chick is some Indian chick who one day she's gonna die. Yesterday apparently she was kidnapped, but she back. So Lali's got 100 lives. But that's the kind of thing my kid does most of the day, especially if it's raining outside. So it's giving me a lot of pressure to feel like I need to come up with money to take her to daycare. But I went daycare shopping, and what do they call it? Play school, where basically you pay people to let your kid nap in their rooms. It's horrendous. I mean, I found places where like the prices was between 30K to 100,000 Kenyan shillings for people to change diapers and watch your child sleep. I don't know how people afford it, but I need to rob a bank. That 50 million that was stolen the other day, hook me up if you know one of those deals, because at this point I need it. The other thing when it comes to money is you don't spend money on yourself, and not even like a good way. You just don't do it. So I saw this meme that was shared to me in a group I'm in, by the way, Project Baby Shower. Woo! We were a really great group. You need to get on a WhatsApp group with other moms. It really helps. However, yeah, so this is the meme. Meme. What did people say? Meme. The meme. And this is so true. The other day, true story, I went to this store on Gong Road. The whole point of it was for me to get shoes and to buy a gift for my cousin Sheila, who just had a baby. And I went in there because my shoes got busted up. I came out, I had spent like 4 G's, and I hadn't bought shoes for myself. I hadn't bought a gift for Arthur, the new baby. Everything I had bought for Howie, my daughter. That's how fast your money goes, because I go into a store and I'm just like, she would look so cute, she would love this. Though the one thing I did buy that was selfishly for me, there was a gun that shoots bubbles. And nobody should tell you that's only for kids. That thing is hella fun. I've been doing, it's like cardio, just like spray the bubbles, run around. Anyway, back to the story. The other things that change that nobody tells you is you don't care. Like, you just stop giving all the fucks in the world. Like, all of them that you had to give are done. The only thing you are ready to fight for these days is your kid. Like, if anybody told me anything about my child, I will fight you, for real. And I'm not a violent person. So when my child was born, she had like 2 hairs. True story. It was really depressing, seeing as I have all the hair in the world. All her 2 hairs, and people used to comment on it. Even though it's a fact, I got into literal fights with people because they'd comment on my child's 3 hairs. I mean, I know it. You don't have to say it, okay? You don't know her. Moving on before I get really angry. The next thing that changes without you knowing, once a human being comes out of you, it just sounds worse every time I say it out loud. Once you have a beautiful creature that God made, and it's even worse. I think they heard me say I want to rob a bank. Ah! So that was a fire brigade. You know, I know it is a fire truck, but every time I say fire truck, guys are like, so fire brigade. It passed us by. When you have a baby, everything scares you because you start thinking about it like, what if my kid walks here and everything like falls and does this? It's ridiculous. But the other thing is, you don't realize how much doctors cost until you have a human being who relies on you. Because the truth is, I go to the doctor like when I'm close to death, like as near death as possible. because I figured it's cheaper and then my insurance will cover it from work, you know? And then maybe I can get a sick note and not go to work for 3 days. But when you have a kid, she sneezes and you take her to the hospital. And every time you go there, it's 3,000 to 5,000 shillings just for sitting for 4 hours in the reception. You haven't seen anyone yet. And then you get judged by people. True story, my first pediatrician, I've already switched them. My kid was losing weight and she asked me if I was trying to kill my child. 31 hours of labor to kill someone? Really? Am I ridiculous? Okay, I keep getting angry every time I bring it up. The other things that change once you've had a baby, or once you've just gotten another person in your life, I suppose it's the same as when I had a puppy. I had symptoms close to this, so I'm not hating on you if you have fluffy kids as well. Can we cut that? What is fluffy children? I'm sorry I said that. Oh, the other thing that changes between every relationship you have now, you're very quick to let go of relationships. They're not as important. I don't know about you, but after I had a child, there's just some people I'm able to just kind of let go in my life. People who I tried so hard to keep these relationships going, friends who I would text constantly, call all the time, who were way too busy for me. Now I would care less. To be honest, the people I want around me are people who can drink wine in peace, and hopefully sometimes we can talk about poop in depth, but most of the times try to be adults. Oh, and the other thing that doesn't change, you never feel like an adult. I keep waiting for it. I haven't felt like an adult yet, but I feel like it'll get there. One day I'll just be like, look at me, retired, adulting. So maybe in 60 plus years, I'll get there. Let me tell you why I think my parents don't feel like adults. I remember very clearly there was a time where, so we broke my mom, back, if you were born in the 90s, 80s, all our moms had the tables with the glass top, remember that? And so we just watched Tarzan. Do you remember Tarzan? That movie was dope. And then we had, of course, every Kenyan mom also had curtains with those strings, So we decided to swing across the room and my brother fell through the table. So he didn't hurt himself, he survived. But I wish he had hurt himself because he wouldn't have gotten beaten. He would have gone to the hospital. It sounds horrible. Since then, my mom comes home and she's livid. She's throwing a fit. She's like, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna kill them. And then my dad comes, so she's trying to talk to him. And she's like, I'm so angry, your father will deal with you. And I feel like that was even a worse threat than I'm beating you. Yeah. Your father is dealing with you. You're just like, boss, this is the end. I shall write a will. So finally, my dad comes. And then he starts saying, okay, since you guys have done something really bad, I want you all to go outside and bring the stick you want me to beat you with. At this point, my sister is 4. She goes out, she gets a log, a huge thing. So my dad, he's trying to hold in a laugh and he's made us lie down and do this so we can't see him. And we can just hear my parents going and then every time we look up, they're like, you've been very bad. So I feel like nobody ever feels like they've grown up. Yeah. That was good times. I feel like that's that, because I will keep going and I will not shut up on things that happen once human beings burst from your system. So you know what, I'll stop here. I'll see you next week. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my other social media pages. Have a conversation with me there. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to talk about. Tell me people who need to be sitting next to me. And I would love to have that conversation with you. Also, blah, blah. My brain stopped. I was saying before I had a brain fart. Also, please let me know the things that have changed for you in your life once, you had a baby, or things that have made your life change once you've had a baby. Let me do that again. I'd also love to hear from you. Tell me the things that have changed in your life once you had a baby. I'd love to have that conversation. Let's keep it going. I'm not cool enough to come up with hashtags, but next time I'll have one. Today, just hit me up on my inbox or in the comment section, and I will get back to you ASAP. Thank you.